You won't believe what Guga was making before he was famous. Nope, it wasn't beef, nor chicken. It wasn't even food. He was making websites and green smoothies, but we'll get to that one later. So how did Guga transition from working a 9-to-5 into a YouTube megastar? How did he and his business partner become YouTube entrepreneurs just to end up being blocked on each other's comment sections? Does Guga own a restaurant in Brazil? And how did he manage to grow 3 successful YouTube channels in just a few years? It's time to find out on The Recipe Detective, the show where we take a look into the humble beginnings of your favorite YouTube cooks and chefs. I'm Lisa, engineer, cook, and your investigator for tonight. So, let's get started. Gustavo Tosta, also known as Guga, is all over the internet these days. However, his personal life is surprisingly enigmatic. Even basic information such as birthday or his birthplace are hard to come by, and sources are inconsistent at best. He rarely interviews. Only members can post on his subreddits, and his Twitter account has been inactive for years. However, his low profile only fueled my curiosity and made me want to dig even deeper and uncover the man behind the grill. Guga was born in Brazil and moved to the United States at a very young age. Like I mentioned, I couldn't find his exact age or the year of his move, but what we do know is that Guga is in his 40s and he's married with children. Before he ever thought about cooking for a living, he first saw the potential of the early internet days around 2001, when he and his friend Jose Luis Garcia, also known as JL and later known as Ninja, started a web design agency. They first named it Web Design Enterprise and later rebranded as Web Design Express. Guga served as the CEO of the company, focusing on design and customer relations, while JL served as the CTO and focused on the technical side of things, and together they built thousands of websites for customers over almost 20 years of common work. The earliest signs of Guga's rise to fame can be found in 2015, when he started a YouTube channel for their business. Now, most of the videos uploaded to that channel were of customer reviews, but there is one video that is really worth watching. There's a video from a food donation that they organized for a charity, and you can really see how awkward and camera shy they both were.
This is something that me and my partner, we do it every year. We do some donations for families in need. We've been doing it since the beginning of we started our company.
However, this did not stop Guga from starting another YouTube channel called Guga Foods, where he showcased some of his home cooking experiments. A year after, he started another YouTube channel called Sous Vide Everything, this time driven by money saving. As a fan of good food, he decided he should start cooking for himself and for his office mates as a way to save on eating out. For anyone unfamiliar with sous vide, his channel is actually a great resource to learn about that technique. With great recipes and authentic reviews by Ninja and the other office mates, his channel started gaining popularity and he started spending more and more time cooking and filming. By the middle of 2017, Guga had a crazy 3-video-a-week upload schedule, and that quickly led him to receive his first 100K YouTube play button. Look at how excited Guga is to receive it. I mean, it was clear right here and right there that his future was on the platform.
Wow, that took a long time, guys.
Both channels were gaining significant traction, and both Guga and Ninja started shifting their focus from their web design business onto YouTube. Excited by Guga's success, Ninja started his own channel called Salty Tales. Guga supported it and featured it on his own channel, but it never reached the same popularity. In the meanwhile, Guga's channel continued growing and growing, hitting 1 million subscribers as early as middle of 2019. And although they never publicly addressed what really happened, it seems like Guga's success eventually took a toll on the 20-year-long friendship. Since October 2019, Ninja was no longer featured in any of Guga's videos, and Guga also started filming at home. Their web design agency has been inactive since, and it goes even deeper. To this day, any mention of Ninja's name on Guga's channel gets flagged and hidden from viewers, and it goes the same way around. What's the real story there? I'm not sure we'll ever find out, because they both seem pretty conscious of their privacy. But many fans out there, myself definitely included, really hope to see them reconcile and collaborate, maybe even on YouTube. When Guga set his full attention to YouTube, boom, things started happening. In April 2019, he gained his first sponsorship with Skillshare, not a sponsor, and before he knew it, Sous Vide Everything hit 1 million subscribers. But it was the Guga Foods channel that really skyrocketed to 3 million subscribers during the COVID lockdown, when everyone was either stuck at home grilling or, like myself, dreaming about grilling. Guga kept the fire burning with delicious recipes, first focusing on more relatable cuts of meat that anyone can make at home, and then expanding to wagyu, tuna, lamb, venison, just name it. He started experimenting with dry aging, and as the years went by, his videos started getting more interesting and bizarre. He started cooking steaks that are worth a small fortune, dry aging steaks in cheese wax or Nutella. I think it's no surprise he even got Gordon Ramsay's attention.
What the hell are you doing? No, you season steak with salt and pepper, you donut.
There's no doubt that Guga's videos have become pretty extravagant over the years, and I don't think they are no longer intended to be recreated at home. But even though I won't be grilling a shark or using a whole box of uni to dry age a steak, I still think that his videos are packed with great tips and tricks that anyone can use. Just check out his video about that $1,000 balsamic vinegar. I mean, I'm not buying the same one, but it did inspire me to try and buy a $30 bottle. And let me tell you, that's a game changer. I might even splurge on a more fancy one someday. As for what the future holds for Guga and his empire, only time will tell, because he is active on multiple fronts. He has an incredibly popular TikTok channel, he has a third YouTube channel where he posts more freestyle content, he just released a barbecue rub, and his book is coming out in April 2023 titled Breaking the Barbecue Rules, and I even heard rumors of him owning a restaurant. He did open a pop-up restaurant in LA, but that was open only for a day. But while I was searching, I realized there was a restaurant called Guga Foods in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I thought, that's brilliant strategy. If he opened a restaurant down there to develop the concept and then he could distribute it all over the world, that's genius. So I asked a Portuguese-speaking friend to call the owner. And the owner did confirm that he was in touch with Guga about the right to use his name, but he is in no way affiliated with Guga. So, as for that mystery, no restaurant for Guga. Yet. And now that we know Guga, let's look at the data and find out what we're cooking today. You must have noticed by now that I like data, so that's why I had to go ahead and grab all of the data from Guga's videos on all of his channels and input it into a tool called Elasticsearch so I could analyze it even further. Here we have it, the data from all of Guga's channels from the past 10 years. And let me tell you something, he wasn't fooling around. He has uploaded over 1,000 videos over the years to all of his channels. The first videos that Guga uploaded were to his Guga Foods channel. And those videos were pretty basic. He uploaded videos of cleaning a lobster or cooking homemade rice, but the surprising thing was that those videos were ramping up the views. He was getting over 100,000 views on average per video. Now, I must remind you that YouTube back then was not the highly competitive space we know today. It was easier to get a significant amount of views with fairly basic content. So I think it's no surprise that the next year he thought, hey, maybe I could implement the same strategy on my business channel. He started uploading videos, but to his surprise, those videos were not getting any views whatsoever. So I think that's the point when Guga realized that he was onto something with his personal content. And I can't find any other explanation but a New Year's resolution, because by the end of 2016, Guga went ahead and uploaded 10 videos to his Guga Foods channel in a single month. The next month, he bought that sous vide machine and started uploading content to the Sous Vide Everything channel with Ninja. He uploaded consistently throughout the year, but then as time went by, he also started uploading a few videos each month to the Guga Foods channel. Is it a sign of his relationship with Ninja changing? I'm not sure, but there sure seems to be something happening there. Once Guga left the web agency, he started focusing his entire attention on YouTube. And you can see the result is mad consistency and a crazy upload schedule. He started uploading between 12 and 14 videos a month, and that means somewhere between 3 and 4 videos every week, and the result was immediate. He started gaining more and more views, especially on his Guga Foods channel, which focused on more entertainment and viral style videos. And we can see here in the end of 2019, that's when he had his big break. He uploaded a video where he showed how you could dry age a $1 steak and make it palatable, I would say. And that video grossed over 20 million views. Now, lucky for Guga, this was right before COVID hit, and he continued to enjoy increased levels of engagement and viewership throughout 2020 and 2021. However, in the middle of 2021, something changed. Guga's videos started getting fewer and fewer views on average, and this is a pattern I've recognized with other YouTubers as well, although I'm not sure why it happened. So what does Guga do at that point? He just started another YouTube channel, and that channel was focused mostly on short videos, and using that channel, he was able to get back to his previous levels of viewership. The problem is that we all know that short videos are harder to monetize. But I'm not worried for Guga. I'm sure he will figure it out. Anyway, I'm getting hungry, so let's take a look at Guga's original videos and find something that we can cook today. So I'm not going to be cleaning a lobster, but I think homemade rice and delicious green smoothie sound delicious. And now all that we need is some protein to go alongside. And here we have it, chicken stroganoff Brazilian style. I didn't know there was a Brazilian chicken stroganoff, but I'm really curious to find what it's like. So here we have it, a full meal that we can cook tonight. So let's get to cooking. The base of our meal is going to be some rice. I mean, who doesn't love rice? The flavor possibilities are endless. However, Guga's recipe leans toward the plain side in my opinion. He just fries up some rice, adds garlic paste, and steams it until it's done. I chose to use fresh garlic and fry it before adding in the rice, but the end result is just as promised in the title, some nice and fluffy rice. Next, we have the Brazilian chicken stroganoff. Regular chicken stroganoff is cooked in a rich mushroom and sour cream sauce, but Brazilian chicken stroganoff has tomatoes in it. The dish sounds delicious to me as it reminds me of butter chicken, which is one of my favorite dishes, so I'm pretty pumped to try it. I started by chopping everything up. I crushed 2 cloves of garlic, sliced a large onion, a handful of mushrooms, and the chicken. Cook the onions, the mushrooms, and the garlic in olive oil until all the water has evaporated and the onions are nice and translucent. To make things faster, I cooked the chicken in a separate pan and added it to the vegetables. Guga, however, did not add mushrooms to his dish as his family doesn't like them. It feels almost like a philosophical question to me. If you don't add mushrooms, is it still a stroganoff? At this point, Guga adds the crushed tomato and table cream. Now, we don't have table cream where I'm from, so I spent some time online trying to figure out the right alternative. And while my intuition was to use sour cream, I instead went with yogurt, thinking of butter chicken. I mean, I'm not sure this was the right one to use. The color turned out alright, but what would you replace table cream with? Let me know in the comments. Once the chicken was fully cooked, I went in for a taste. Now, I'm guessing that Guga was cooking this for his kids because there's no seasoning whatsoever in this recipe other than salt and pepper. I added some more salt, but that was not enough. I added more salt, pepper, paprika, sweet chili, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, and sugar until the flavors were balanced enough to my liking. Then, the last step is to make our smoothie. Guga makes it pretty similar to what I normally do, mixing up spinach, chia and flax seeds, peanut butter, and almond milk, but he also adds protein powder and stevia sweetener. I guess I would have used the banana for sweetness, but instead I borrowed a tablespoon of vanilla flavored protein powder and I skipped the sweetener, and here we have it, Guga's green smoothie. Who would have thought he'd get from this to grilling whole cows? And now it's time to finally taste everything, putting some of that fluffy rice, topping it with a generous pile of chicken, and serving it alongside our smoothie. That's some delicious dinner right there. As for the flavors, I think it's pretty clear by now that Guga started as a home cook and not as a chef, because these dishes are good but kind of basic. The kind of food you make for your family on a weekday. It's filling, it's nutritious, it's simple, and I like it. Although I can always do with a bit more seasoning. And that's it. Here we have it. Guga's story in data and in food. Major congratulations to Guga for passing 4 million subscribers on his Guga Foods channel. Please like and subscribe and let us know in the comments who would you like to see us cover next. And until next time, bye!